8 months ago, Silva Brothers started construction on this house here in Concord, Massachusetts. Their mission was to restore the 1880s cape in front and to remake a modern addition out back. A little more. Today, we find out if they succeeded. It's move-in day for this old house. Hey there, I'm Kevin O'Connor, and welcome back to a very special episode of This Old House, where today we wrap up this project that Charlie and his team started last spring. And guys, what a difference 8 months makes.
Now, this original house was built in 1880, and it was actually housing for the workers at the estate next door.
And remember, this whole area was horse farms. This house, the one across the street, all the neighboring lands, and everything was used for agriculture back then.
Right. If you look right there, this center part right here with the old center chimney was the original house. In the 40s, we think this addition for the front entry was added, and if you look to the left, there was another addition added at the same time.
All right, well, they have been working around the clock to finish it, so what do you say we have a closer look?
Great.
Absolutely.
All right.
All right, we'll catch you guys.
Sounds
Okay.
good. So what do you think, Tom? You like the way it presents to the street now?
I do. I really like the way it presents to the street. You know, it doesn't look like we did much work here, and we really didn't. I mean, we patched in some of the siding. We had some rot in the gutters. We didn't want to replace all of them, so we patched those in. And then Mauro refinished this front door. You got like 5 or 6 coats of an enamel on there, high gloss, so that should hold up to the weather beautifully.
Well, what do you say we go through it?
All right.
Hey, Megan.
Hey, Kevin. Hey,
Megan.
Tommy.
Big day. You excited?
So excited.
Yeah, a lot to see.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm going to excuse myself and meet with the architect.
All right, we'll catch up
Hi,
later.
Kevin.
Place looks beautiful.
Thank you, Tommy.
And I love from the street, when you look at the front of the house, the entry and everything, it's still the same old cape. But when you come inside, wow.
Yeah, not the same.
Yeah, right. I mean, from the bullseye glass up top to this beautiful window over here and all the new plaster.
Yes.
And the floor in here is beautiful white oak, wide, radiant heat underneath.
Oh, yeah.
And then you have white oak treads, handrails, and newel posts.
Yes. I love the newel posts. Turning these together at your shop was my favorite thing. That lesson was fabulous.
It was a fun project. And remember the design, we had a drawing.
Yep.
And you tweaked this little detail down here just a little bit. You wanted this one made smaller. I think that was a nice touch.
Thanks. I think they're perfect, and they really make the space wonderful.
All right, well, I'm going to check up upstairs. I'll catch up with you
See you
later.
later, Tommy.
As soon as construction started here, we found evidence of several previous renovations, and our homeowners wanted them all fixed. That job came down to our architect, Andrew Sidford. Andrew, good to see you again.
Good to see you.
So that was a tall order, given what the homeowners wanted to end up with and what you were starting with.
It was. The intent is always with every old house to keep as much of the original house as possible.
Yep.
And in this case, they wanted to add a modern addition that took advantage of the views and the natural light out to this part of the land this way.
And why wouldn't you? I mean, it is a beautiful piece of property. And although they wanted to save a lot, the back of the house, it went away.
Right. There was a large modern addition that we wanted to save, but the foundation was in bad shape and we couldn't add on a master suite above the garage without compromising and having to rebuild that whole foundation.
So we had to change up the plans. And at the same time, we also wanted to keep the original cape in the front. We wanted from the street it to look like 1880s.
Absolutely. As much as possible, we'd really like to look as if we did nothing to the front.
Well, you did a lot. So how did you pull it off?
We went through a number of exercises with different roof forms, and we started out with a gable next to a gable.
Yep.
And anything that brought us out into this part of the yard presented challenges with the roof form. And in the end, we took a gable that looked like the front of the house, but we opened up this side and brought a shed roof out towards the back.
So what does this do for you when you put the roof that way?
Well, it does two things. From the inside, it creates a cathedral ceiling, which we really wanted that sense of space when the original has such low ceilings.
Right.
So we wanted that cathedral ceiling for the living room. But the real advantage to this roof form versus this is it brings all that light and space all the way back to the kitchen.
Well, the important question is, did it turn out the way you thought? Do you like it?
I do, but it's not the most important question. The most important question is always, what do the homeowners think? And I think so far I've heard that they like it very much.
All right, well, we're going to find out. So, but I know I like it, so thank you very much, Andrew.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, Lincoln.
Hey, Tommy, how are you?
It's great in here.
Yeah, it really does.
We really didn't do a lot in this room. I mean, this is the footprint that was here. New windows, obviously, plaster, paint. But we had some problems over here with rot, and we had to put new rafters and everything else. We had to put a support rafter here to carry a big beam that ran all the way down the hall. Now, this is one of the old bedrooms of the house. What's your plans for this room?
Yeah, it's going to be a guest room to start out, and then maybe eventually a kid's room when we need it.
Yeah, well, you got room, that's for sure. I love the furniture.
Yeah, thanks. We were hoping to keep it true to the original Cape feel of this being one of the original rooms. We had the carpet, we had the bed and headboards as hand-me-downs, and then we tried to fit out the rest of the room to match.
Yeah, it really looks sweet. Nice little room. Great place to sleep in. Well, we didn't do as much in here as we did down here. Now, this was a bathroom. Mm-hmm. The ceiling was way too low. It didn't have any room for ventilation or anything like that. Mm-hmm. But look at it, it came out beautiful.
It's great.
And I really like the fact that the nickel gap siding is vertical and not horizontal. It's different. I like it. But because we pushed this beam up to raise the ceiling in all there in the wall, we are also able to raise the ceiling here. Because originally the ceiling was much lower here.
All right, let me show you the boys' room.
All right, lead the way. This is great space in here.
Yeah, this was the master bedroom. Now, obviously, it's a boys' bedroom. We're eventually going to put a mattress up there, but for now, it's going to be a great play area.
Right, this was found space, but if you look at this right here, that slope that goes up there is actually the roof, the bearing roof for this roof right here. So over the family room, it goes that way, and then this roof sits down on it here, and you're right, that became found space.
Yeah, I love it.
Well, this is one of the old rooms in the house.
Right.
But you got a lot of new stuff going on down the hall.
Oh yeah, let me show you the way.
All right, let's take a look. Yeah, so right about here is where the old house ends, and this is all you new.
Yeah, and one of the first things here is this stairwell.
Yeah.
So we kept the old stairwell, but with the house really moving back this way, this is now at the center of the house.
It's a nice, comfortable stairwell, nice and wide. I love the railing system. I like the cable system. This is all aluminum with stainless cables, and there's no interruption of your view. It's really clear. And you got the white oak flooring and treads to match the house, beautiful. But if you look right there, you can see that angle. Well, that's the angle of the ramp that's in the closet.
Oh, yeah.
And then that other roof comes down and rests on that. So that is why that's a structural bearing part of the roof.
Let's keep going.
Okay, into the master suite.
And first stop is the closet.
This is nice, good size.
Yeah.
A lot of storage, a lot of drawers. Yeah. I like the skylight. Do you like the skylight?
Oh, I do.
No, this is unconventional skylight. I never installed one of these before. It's new. Most people think of a skylight that when you want to vent it for air, when you open it, it opens like that. Most skylights do. This skylight, when you want to vent it to bring in air, it actually goes like that. So the whole thing lifts off, creating a gap or a space around the perimeter of it, which draws that warm air out, bringing the cool air with it. But it also brings the screen with it. So you're never going to have a screen that's going to block that window, so you'll never have to clean the screen. But you will have to clean the glass.
All right. Yeah, I love all the natural light that it brings in.
Yeah, it's really nice.
All right. Well, let me show you the rest of the bedroom.
Okay, lead the way.
All right, so here we've got the master bedroom.
Yeah, this is a great space.
Yeah.
What do you like best?
Oh, so many things. I like that there's a lot of privacy down here.
Yeah.
And also, there's both plenty of space and it's pretty cozy. And of course, the views.
The views are amazing. Yeah. But what I like about it is I like the way all the little angles just terminate into one little spot. Over here, over there. It's just really nice.
Yeah, that's great.
All right, let's take a look at the master bath. All right, now this is a master bathroom. This is big, it's beautiful. I really like this Cadillac plastering detail. It's a pretty interesting technique.
Yeah, nice and soothing.
Yeah.
I don't know, one of my favorite parts is within the shower. First, it's curbless to get in,
Yeah.
so you don't have to trip anything. Also, you wouldn't know, but there's radiant heating behind here in the wall and in the floor.
Yeah. The nice thing about a heated wall like this, you don't feel the cold air in the wintertime falling off, along with the floor. Got a beautiful soaking tub.
Yeah.
And a quartzite countertop with 2 sinks. Beautiful vanity too.
Yeah, awesome. Looks like marble.
Yeah. I really like this space. I mean, a great place to hang out and hide out.
Oh, I think it's fantastic. I'm really excited to move in.
Oh, I bet you are. All right, let's go see who's downstairs.
Sounds good.
Oh, Jen, look what you have given us, huh? This is a big change.
Well, do you remember what was here before?
I do. It was kind of neglected.
So many beautiful trees, beautiful land, but it just needed a little bit of attention. Like the hemlocks, those were infested with woolly adelgid. But if you have a hemlock, you gotta respect it. So that was taken care of. We treated it. Things like the crabapple, overgrown. They wanted to take it down, but it just needed a little attention, pruning. And do you remember the rhododendrons up front?
I do. They were massive. They kind of hid the house.
Yep, we took them out to open it up. So now this is a wide open space.
Who likes lumpy roadies anyway?
I know. So, and up here, if you remember, it used to all just be weeds.
It was a mess.
Right, and the soil was terrible. It was contaminated with lead. So we had Fred and Tom come in, they remediated the soil, and then the design team came up with the concept of a kitchen garden. So what they did is install these bluestone quadrants for veggies to grow in, and then this pea stone path was put in. And at the end of the garden, Nathan and his father came in to anchor it with this beautiful cedar trellis.
Yeah.
Not bad, right?
No, it's terrific. I mean, it is so much more uniform. It looks a lot better, although the season did run out on us.
Right, so what we're gonna do is anchor this bed with a hedge of blueberries.
Oh, cool.
And then the driveway, we talked about doing permeable pavers and then resurfacing the driveway.
All right, so some more to do, but looks pretty good already. Nice job.
It's a nice start.
All right, thanks, Jen.
Take care.
Heath, hey,
Hey, Kevin.
punch list?
Punch list. So now that we have everything up and running, we have time to go ahead and install the smart devices.
All the rage these days.
Yeah, and we've seen a bunch of them before. You know, we put the light switches in that you can control with the app on your phone that you can turn on or off, dims. You can set schedules, remotely turn them on and off as well.
Just put the app on your phone and you got full control.
Put the app on the phone, just like kids using the bathroom at night. What do? They leave the lights on.
My kids do.
So you want to be able to look at it, go, lights are on, turn them off.
Right.
But we get one other benefit with this that you don't get with the others. This actually does energy monitoring locally, built into the single device.
Wait, so you don't have to touch the panel?
You don't have to touch the panel, you can replace a device, and this will tell you how much is being used by the lights on this particular switch in this case.
So when you put that switch in, now we can tell if the lights are on and what the draw is?
Not only if they're on, but how much power they're using.
And so if you wanted to put an outlet in behind a dryer or a dishwasher?
Exactly, so they make a receptacle as well.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Make it 10 more, save me a few. All right,
got
thanks. Hey, Richard.
Hey, back in the basement.
With a system that's got a little bit of everything.
Really something. Do you remember what we had here? We had an old cast iron boiler right here. Abe and his crew pulled that thing out and replaced it with a wall-hung gas-fired condensing boiler, super efficient. We're going to use this device to do all the heating loads in this building.
Wait, that little box?
Absolutely. Load manage it to use the power of that boiler to come over to heat up the hot water, the water in this tank. There's a heat exchanger inside here for the faucets and showers, right? We come over this way and we go out to the high temperature loads. This goes out to our cast iron baseboard that we're going to reuse in Lincoln's office in the old part of the building. And each one of these loads are going to have a super efficient pump. These pumps will just dial in the exact correct flow rate and save a lot of energy. And this goes to 2 hydro air units in different parts of the building. And that's where we use the boiler's power, the heated water's power, to heat the air. So there's only one burner in this whole building to do everything.
Wow,
Okay.
that's pretty amazing.
So we come around here, and now most of this first floor, this building just really suggested having radiant flow heating. You know, we had open spaces and all that glass, and so, and with radiant, we want to have different water temperatures according to what the floor covering is. So on the wood floors, we've got a mixing valve with a super efficient pump right here, and that water goes out and it'll come back slightly cooler back through this mixing valve. The sensor will feel it, and it puts just the right water temperature into a manifold like this. Now there's 3 of these manifolds are on the first floor, and you can actually individually fine tune any one of these circuits, so you can really dial this place in so you can be 68 degrees every day, 24/7, 365.
So this is for under the wood floors,
That's right.
and then this is for...
This goes out to the tile floors in the bathrooms and also for the poured concrete slab in the garage.
Tell me you love the system.
I do. I also love this. Look at how beautifully run these electrical wires are from Heath. Unbelievable.
He's a pro.
Homeowners wanted solar, so there's panels on the roof, and it comes down to this. This is a battery backup that acts in lieu of a generator. All right, and this is one of our air handlers right here. This is feeding the mini duct system in the old part of the building. But this building was so stretched out that we actually needed a separate mechanical room at the other end. One thing they changed was to dig out this basement for an exercise room. It became found space for us for a mechanical room at this end of the building. So energy recovery ventilators are in the building, really important. Exhaust leaves the building here. Fresh air from outside comes in. The heat stays inside the building. These are really important to have in any tight building like this. We also have the spot here for 2 air handlers. Here's our heated water from our boiler to our coil. Here's our refrigeration for the cooling side.
Big system.
It really is. It's amazing we fit it all in.
It's beautiful, though.
And it'll be comfortable.
Hey, Megan.
Hey, Kevin, how are you?
All right, look at you already getting a jump in a new office, huh?
Yeah, just testing out my desk.
It's terrific. What a spot.
Thank you, thank you. What do you think of the view, huh?
Yeah.
This is why we're moving here. It's the land, the pond, and the trees. I'm so excited to get to look at it every day while I'm working.
And you asked Andrew to give you sort of an away space, right?
I did, yep. As you know, I have 2 young kids.
Congratulations on the second one.
Thank you. So getting work done is pretty important to have my own private sanctuary where I can shut the door and focus.
Well, it is a sanctuary and private, but what do you say we have a look at some of the public spaces?
Let's do it.
Lincoln got an office too, right? He's in the original house.
Yes, exactly. There was a big room in the original house. We split it in 2, so he's on one side and then we have a music room on the other, and he gets to look out into the woods.
And your beautiful deck starts here and goes back, which is terrific.
Yep, exactly. Thank you. And then we have a dining room on this side. Just a cozy little spot with some nice big windows that look out into the garden.
Yeah, it's terrific.
Thank you.
And then right in here, this was the quirkiest part of the old house, as I remember when we
Yes.
got here. It was an addition, family room,
It
but
was,
I
yep.
mean, it had that, what was like a washer and dryer tucked away in a closet, a little built-in bed, and this is better.
Yep, thank you. Yeah, this staircase we are so happy with because, you know, the original house is a really steep stair.
Right.
And so we wanted something that was just more usable and opened up the whole house.
And it
into
takes
this.
you into this. This is spectacular.
Thank you. Yeah, come on in. So this is our great room. I call it the tree house room. You know, we love the coziness of the old house, but we're really hoping to just open up to the site and to the land. And Andrew put these beautiful windows in. That's what created the cool roof line.
Yeah, sort of starts at the back of the house and then it just soars right up here. You get modern, you get the views, and then the room itself, beautifully decorated.
Thank you. Yeah, one of my favorite pieces is actually this custom rug we got. It's done in a colonial braided style, but in a modern decor.
Perfect for your modern Concord house.
Yeah,
All right.
thanks.
I noticed that you've got a lot of blinds, mechanized, I presume?
Yes, yep, they're all mechanized. We figured they're really large windows, sun can come in, and this is also our TV spot, so
Right.
they can just come down to reduce the glare.
Gotcha.
Then we have a new fireplace,
Corner.
make it a little cozy.
Beautiful. Soars up there with the artwork above it.
Yeah,
More
thanks.
windows on this side, more
Yep.
glass, more mechanized blinds, which is terrific.
Yep.
And then it gets a little bit more intimate over here as the ceilings come down and the woodwork pops.
Yep, this is our built-in. Lincoln is an avid record collector,
Oh,
so
is
this
he?
is his spot for his record player and his
Awesome.
records.
Black walnut is a terrific choice.
Thank
Just very
you.
elegant, very little hardware. You got a little spot for the adults beverages.
Yes, special space.
Special space. And then back of the original fireplace, which you guys, the brick is exposed. You went with the whitewash, and I gotta say, it actually works.
Thank you. Yeah, we love the brick. We really wanted to keep it, but we felt like whitewashing it just tied everything together a little better.
Sort of the connection between the new and the old, which is, it's hard to believe that something this beautiful is the old, but wow, this is something, huh?
Thank you. And amazingly, this was the living room of the old house.
Now the kitchen with almost a 12-foot island, maybe more right here. Terrific job with this.
Thank you. Yeah, we found this stone. It's a quartzite called Blue Explosion, and we just loved how vibrant it was.
Yep.
But then we thought we would add some wood to kind of make the counter a little cozier,
Sure.
nice seating area.
Yeah, Paul Grothaus did this for us. We saw it fabricated at his shop and then installed, sort of all brought in here on brackets because hidden brackets, there's nothing underneath to support it. So that is a great look. I can imagine your expanding family spending a lot of hours right there.
Me too.
So the fireplace, which you kept, as you say, this used to be the living room. Now it's in the
Yes.
kitchen.
Yes.
Charlie and his big beam saw went after this old beam that he was able to find. That looks terrific. And what do you think of Mark's handiwork with the masonry?
Oh, I think he did a beautiful job. It looks so much better, but also like it never changed.
Yeah. And you wanted a nook. You want a little corner window area, even though you
We
had a
did.
bay window.
You know, we debated on taking away the bay window.
Well, I was part of taking that window out, and when we got it out, there were problems with it. So it was time to go, and that is a nice improvement. So 2 sinks, and they're close to each other. How does this get used?
Yes, well, so we have a big family, lots of people in the kitchen, so, I mean, having 2 people clean up is always helpful. But we also figured this is a nice prep sink. It's really versatile. It's, you know, all these different attachments you can slide around, so.
Looks good.
So on either side of the stove, we have column freezer, column fridge, lots of storage for growing boys.
These are all the rage these days, the columns.
Yeah, and you know, Karen came up with some really cool food storage ideas. Another thing she did I really love is this pull-out for utensils.
Oh, nice. So you got sort of a half drawer there. You got one on this side. There are your spices.
Exactly.
Flanking your fantastic stove. That is a beauty.
Thank you. It's my baby.
You
I
like,
love
huh?
it.
What do you love about it?
You know, it's a chef's stove, so it's super powerful, really great for cooking, and we got to customize the colors, and I just think it's beautiful.
I got to see it manufactured out at the plant. They did everything. You can choose your metals, your colors. You guys like your blues, so you pick something in that that neighborhood. Looks terrific.
Thank you.
You know what? The whole place looks terrific.
Thank you, Kevin.
I mean, there was a lot of people who contributed to the project to make it turn out this way. Silva Brothers, obviously, at the top of that list.
It was a big project, and it's always a challenge to bring them in on time. But with this past year, all the challenges we had along with the COVID.
Right, and if you remember in the very beginning, we had, it seemed like, what, endless weeks of rain, which we took 3,500 cubic yards of material out of here, right? And then we had the delay for the trucking, then the foundation subs, the framing, and then with snowball, remember, we waited, what, 30 weeks for our windows?
Oh yeah, it's crazy. It was crazy.
You always just complaining?
I have a little more time to say.
I want to call out this design team of ours, Andrew, Karen, and Megan. Amazing. You took it from your mind's eye into this amazingly comfortable place.
And none of this could have been accomplished without the talented subcontractors we had on this entire project, especially Heath and his team, Mark and his team, Mauro and his team. The list just goes on.
You're here to that. And so with it all finished up, I guess the question to you guys is, are you happy with what you got?
Oh, it's fantastic. We love it.
Couldn't imagine anything better.
Well, that's what we like to hear. So we wish you guys many, many happy years in your new old house, all right? Thank you. Terrific. And of course, next time we are starting a brand new project with a brand new builder in a little town in Boston called West Roxbury, an old Victorian. So until then, and on behalf of all of us here in Concord, I'm Kevin O'Connor for This Old House. All right, guys, what do you say? Time for a party, huh? Next time on This Old House, the This Old House crew teams up with a brand new builder.
Say hello to Alejandro. He's going to be our contractor on this site.
As he tackles this 1890s Victorian.
What's going on under that gutter?
The homeowners have got problems outside and in. But with the help of the A-Team, Alejandro can make this family smile again.
This is the site of my future master bath, and I am so excited.